To Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good day, everyone, and welcome to a very fresh edition of the interesting program that is live program, where I usually discuss some certain aspects of the English language. And today, I intend to answer some few questions that I allowed you to write your comments or questions, and so that I will be able to answer them through my page. That is the one I usually use. Well, I received so many questions from different people, particularly yesterday about some tips of becoming a good speaker, and I started answering some of them, and that is why I have decided to give even a live class, or rather a live session, where I'll be looking at some of the top questions asked by many audience. People have been asking about what it takes someone to become a confident speaker. Well, I think a very simple answer to that is a good public speaker is someone who is able to get his message across to a large audience, especially the audience that are usually present with the speaker, because communication can be described in four ways. We have what we call conversation between people, for example, where you have discussions. We have mass communication, where a speaker, interacts with an audience that is distant from them. And we also have public speaking, this one. We have also dyadic communication, and so on and so forth. But since we are talking about this one, that is public speaking, then I can see that a good public speaker is someone who is able to get his message across with confidence and with a lot of expertise. Because if you're speaking as a speaker, you should try to be good at what you want to discuss. Therefore, know your topic very well, and then confidence can be derived through many sources. You can decide to be confident through feeling that you are also there to pass a particular message. You understand? Therefore, you're not there to show that you are the best or to show that you are better, but you have a particular message that you think should be sent to a large audience, for example. Therefore, as you start speaking, put this in mind, that I have a message that I want to send to those people out there who are listening to me or who are present during my speech. Therefore, putting this in mind can give you some confidence, and of course, you can be a bit confident enough to address the people. Another important tip that I find very important is that sometimes you can practice doing a kind of impromptu speech. But before we go, or before you attend that particular venue for the speech, try as much as you can to read what you would like to present. At least rehearse. Rehearsal is important because many powerful speakers rehearse before they deliver the speech. So, as a public speaker, rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. Maybe there is what we call individual differences. I prefer to speak to an audience, especially without holding pieces of paper, because I find it easier to think about the ideas that I want to discuss. So, sometimes I prefer speaking extemporaneously, without holding anything with me, because sometimes it limits me to be reading from the paper and to be explaining my points. So I sometimes engage in what we call, impromptu or other extemporaneous speech. But sometimes, in a setting whereby I'm going to address a formal gathering, for example, then I would better, or I would rather write the points. I would rather write the points one after the other, so that my message will get across as easily as possible. So these are some of the tips that I advise users, or rather speakers, to adopt. And then try as much as you can to be good at the language that you're speaking to. If it is English, then try at least to master the basic grammar, know how to use your adjectives well, your verbs well, and know how to change your tenses in accordance to the situations that you want to describe in your speech. Because sometimes the failure of the language you're speaking in can cause a lot of uh, danger to your speech. So, to avoid damaging or ravaging your speech, try as much as you can to master the language that you're going to speak in, and then try to have a wide range of vocabulary, because a powerful speaker is supposed to be someone who has enough words that can help them access, or rather send messages intuitively. Lack of synonyms, for example, a lack of putting the suitable words in their suitable places, can also fail you as a public speaker, and this can discourage you from speaking well. So, to avoid such failures, to avoid such problems, try as much as you can to have a wide range of vocabulary. Learn synonyms at least, and learn antonyms, for example, and try to learn the words in their right order. Learn collocations. Know how to use words together with their, usual prepositions. This will help you to be a very powerful public speaker. And then practice, 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 and practice. These are some of the ways that I think we can follow to become wonderful public speakers. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. I hope my answers, or rather my tips, have been so helpful to all of you. I wish you every success in your endeavors. Goodbye.